Welcome to Local Edition. I'm Bella Shaw. You know, when we think of the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library, we think of the many gifts, the archives, the history, the paperwork, the legacy. But there's so much more involved. We're very pleased to have John Heubusch join us, the Executive Director for the Reagan Foundation and Library. Good to see you, John.
Great to be with you, Bella.
That encompasses only about, what, 5% of what's really available there?
Yeah, that's right. You know, when people think of a library, they think of papers and books, and we certainly have that of President Reagan's. But it's so much, much more. We have everything from the Air Force One that you can go on to visit, and the largest and most visited of all the presidential libraries and museums, brand new exhibits. We get about 500,000 people a year to see what we do up there, and so it's a grand show.
And a lot of these are students. How many students will you get throughout the year that come in and just take advantage of the Discovery Center, for example?
Yeah, we get about 50,000 students a year, which we educate or train in one way, shape, or form. And one of our most popular features for students locally especially is the Discovery Center, where they get to play the role of the president and his or her top advisors.
And also the press.
Oh, absolutely, the press as well.
Now, you have a brand new exhibit that's going to be there for about 9 months. Tell us about that and how that came about.
Well, President Reagan and Walt Disney were good friends, knew each other throughout their careers, you know, both out of Hollywood, and one ran a major studio and one was an actor. And so during the course of their career, they corresponded with each other a lot. And we've got not only their correspondence with us now, but in this special exhibit, the largest we've ever brought to the Reagan Library, we have incredible thousands of props from the Walt Disney Studios, from the many films, from the very beginning of the movie studio's history, all the way to present day. So we've got everything from Johnny Depp and his Black Pearl ship and his costumes and you name it, it's all there. And so it's been a real crowd pleaser. It's been just fantastic to see our increase in the number of visitors that have come. It's been, you know, well over an additional 20,000 in the last few months, so it's great to have.
And that's temporary. That'll be there for about 9 months, and then you'll have something else come in, I assume.
Yeah, we're not sure what the next exhibit after that will be, but it'll be there until April, so anyone wants to come on by, they should just go on the internet, reserve a space, because the lines are fairly long if you don't reserve a seat, so it makes sense to do that if you can beforehand.
Well, such an impressive place, and certainly the scenery is beautiful and everything, but how do you keep the air conditioning running in the summer, and how do you pay your bills? And a lot of people don't understand what's involved with the library itself and how it's funded.
Yeah, it's, you know, you pay a small admissions fee to come to see the museum, but that really only covers a minority of our costs. So the Reagan Foundation is like any other nonprofit. We have to be out there constantly asking people for support. So a lot of my job is about fundraising and asking people to support the president's legacy, what he stood for. And fortunately, you know, he was such a wonderful man and a great president that job's not too difficult, albeit it has to be done.
And what about, you've had a number of prestigious speakers, even Regis Philbin's coming. I don't know if I throw him in that category, but a lot of speakers coming.
Yeah, he's coming. We've got Governor Scott Walker in just a few weeks. It's probably one of the most world-class premier speaking forums in the United States, because we have everything from presidential debates that take place at the library to wonderful book authors and talented media personalities and former presidents of the United States. And so it's always a tough ticket to get. We sell out really quickly.
Because it's an intimate venue, isn't it, where you're almost like right there with them?
You really are. It's not an auditorium of 20,000. It's, you know, roughly about 1,000 seats, and so we sell out fast. So if you ever hear of an event coming, the best thing to do is, if you want to go, is, you know, get on the phone or go to the internet very quickly. Check
the website and see what's going on. You're open 365 days a year?
We are.
Okay, John Heubusch, thank you so much for joining us here on Local Edition. And we thank you as well, and we'll see you next time right here. I'm Bella Shaw.